Okay, hi guys, this is Dan David, and I felt really led to share some light on a topic that's primarily Canadian related. It's really confusing a lot of people, and it's especially confusing young millennials. Now, my page, of course, planning to rebuild it soon, and it's gonna focus more on music and spirituality, and that's my area of expertise. But for over 1,000 days now, I've been studying, global situations very, very detailedly with intent, and paying attention to what a lot of young millennials are saying versus what the experts are saying, and the two sides are very different. And I thought to shed some light here that could really help a lot of people, because it really is so sad to see people in confusion about certain areas. One area that I see a recurring area of confusion is the topic of real estate in Toronto or Canada or just generally. I noticed a lot of young millennials are all supposedly, or at least many of them seem to be thinking there's going to be a crash coming up, a correction, and they seem to be waiting for something that might give them a sense of whatever relief, because some of them are just so probably feeling upset that they were not able to be part of owning a home 10 years ago, whatever. And some people believe a big correction is coming, and I like to just shed some light about that, because the truth is, with my best honest observations and opinion, and having talked to professionals now many times and studied from them, I definitely believe that this is a very wrong assumption, very wrong understanding. And I used to be one of those type of, I'm more like the old millennial, but I was born around the 1980. But, it's a very, very wrong assumption. I truly believe, in my honest opinion, that this correction is not going to happen for a long time, and a lot of people are just wasting their time. In example, I just want to give you a couple of examples to shed some light. In Toronto, people believe that prices are way too high and that people are not earning enough income to live up to those prices. But a lot of, just to give you an example, what people don't understand, that if you see just the statistics alone, you see a person's income that they're taking, and you don't know much about that person. If I use myself as an example, out of probably thousands of people who are in maybe similar type of situation, I operate a business. In my case, it's more of a spiritual business that serves the non-profit world, and I have a lot of donors for that. But outside of that, I take a salary, and I take a really small salary because I like to keep my money in the business. And so, based on statistics, if you would look at my salary, you would be confused as to how come I can own a home in parts of Toronto. And those statistics, I like to say, are very false, because a lot of people nowadays run businesses. A lot of their income comes actually from in their business, and that's a huge leverage to have. Also, a lot of people have capital appreciation they've had over years that is non-taxable, but it's a huge asset to have. And there's a lot of people who have parents helping them out, and especially Chinese immigrants coming here with parents who can buy them 12 houses in once, and other immigrants coming from very expensive markets like Iran, places that I really don't understand why people would want to live there. And so they're coming to Toronto. The Chinese are coming to Toronto with huge money, and they're consigning their children or buying them houses. Now, people can have 5 consigners too. And so looking just at income statements, like statistics, is just a very misleading place to look, because based on my income, I shouldn't even own a home. But I bought a home last year, and I'm very comfortable with it, because my income doesn't represent what I have, or the help that I get from family members, or what my organization has, or what leverage I can work with. And so I just wanted to encourage you that I truly believe, after consulting with a lot of professionals, that real estate is only going to grow in places like Toronto or Montreal, like the big cities. The demand is humongous. The supply is very limited. The only place I'm a bit bearish about is Vancouver, because the prices are way too high down there. To give an example, say in a place where I live here in Stouffville, Ontario, a beautiful home, like a semi-detached, can go for $850,000, and that same home in Vancouver would probably be $2 million. So yeah, I believe Vancouver is too high. I believe the greater Toronto area is extremely reasonable. And I wanted to encourage you not to waste your time believing in bearishness or bearish markets or economic collapse. Even an economic collapse in areas like the US, a lot of it is speculation and just complete lies, just trying to deceive people, because in reality it all depends on the big guys, the big shots, what Trump is going to do next, what the billionaires are going to do next. And the truth is, they don't want to collapse. They want to play it smart. They all like a little correction here and there, but they all want to play it smart. They're all going to try to work it out now with China and other situations, and they're trying to avoid the stress. And even now, on this November 3rd, a couple of days ago, Trump said he's going to work it all out with China, and markets are going up 3 days in a row, like 300 points a day. I'm just trying to say, don't waste your time believing there's going to be a crash or a collapse. The best thing is to work hard at what you do. Start a side business if you can. I know most people can't do it, but if you can do that, just be really faithful in your work and be very generous in your giving. Then you might see a lot of favor, and that's something that is more spiritual in context, and I believe in that as well. The more we give, the more we receive. And in my case, we have an organization that wants to bring healing and unity to people's lives. We bring communities together. We are making music that brings hope and healing, and I'll do more videos about that soon. But as far as economic crashes, I really want to advise you that, in my best opinion, I'm not even advising, but in my best opinion, observations for over 1,000 days of studying this and talking to some of the richest people in Canada and realtors, and it's a complete misrepresentation. It's misleading, and I just don't believe it's going to happen in the next couple of years. I think it might happen one day, but we're not there, so if you can afford a home in GTA especially, I highly recommend. I believe that's the best thing to do. It's my honest opinion. I'm so happy that I own a home here finally, again, after moving back to this area from a different town. And yeah, I would just say don't waste time on that stuff. Instead, what I would do is even buy another home if I could. But thank you for your attention, and perhaps you can stay tuned for some cool music videos that will be coming up soon. Thank you.